Hey everyone, it's Jess and I am making deliveries today. It is Monday, the 7th of December 2015, and so we've got about a week and a half, 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, full 2 weeks I think, for our deadline for Christmas orders to go in to be delivered back by Christmas. So I am delivering products from my last month's events and dropping off baskets or bag parties, whatever you want to call them, and pretty much spending most of the day in the car and racking up lots of mileage. And if you're wondering why you can only see my face behind my steering wheel, is because I have my tablet just kind of wedged right in between the cracks of where the steering wheel goes in, and it's like just perfect. And obviously I'm paying attention to driving, and that's why I'm not looking at you guys. And I know many of you guys go, why do you even do that? It's not safe. But to be honest with you, this is the best time for me to talk to you guys. Unfortunately, many people don't listen to my training calls, so I figure this is the best way. That that's the way technology is today, the way just the world is. Everybody clicks and watches videos, so I figure this is the best way to chat. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about how recruiting, building your business, and how the longevity of your business, the longer you plan to, stick it out to be in this business, the more you will find that people will end up joining you on this journey. You got to remember that they are skeptical. They've seen people come and go in this business all the time, of all different brands, even themselves. Now you have to remember that most people that are considering, or you think they would be good at this business, have probably been not only approached by another company because they probably see the same thing in them that you do, or they've done something like this before. And so they're very skeptical of, why is this going to work when everything else didn't work? Now, do they realize necessarily that it works if you work? Probably not. But what I'm getting at as far as sticking it out is that most people will take time and just observe you and watch you and see what's going, what are you gaining out of this? And there's two sides to that. One, they may end up being intimidated and saying, well, I can't do what she does, which is their bad, because obviously if they ask the right questions, they'll find out that, there's reasons why you do what you do and techniques that you've learned in order to build those skills to make the business what it is today. But the right people are going to sit back and watch and then end up asking questions and educating themselves and eventually joining you. The reason why I'm on this subject today is because I just dropped off a bag party with a hostess that has been hosting with me. Earlier today I posted this with, I don't know if it's still going. Anyways, I'll keep talking. Earlier today I posted that I was getting ready to do a bag party, and that specific hostess has done bag parties for me for about 2 years now. And she had considered joining at one point in her life. When I got there, she had shared with me that she started another business. Well, 2 businesses actually, to be exact. One, she started a house cleaning business. Well, Mitch and I are actually in the market to find a good house cleaner that, not that we don't have one already, but we need somebody that'll be willing to do fold laundry, do laundry, and wash dishes. And so this is a client of mine, so I want to help somebody that's been supporting my business. So we started talking, well, what are your fees? What do you conclude? Blah, blah, blah. It turns out that what she's willing to do for the amount of money that she's asking for is well worth it. And I'm happy to help her. Second, she started another direct sales company, another party planning company. And she started asking me questions because she knows I've been in this business for so long and the level of success that I've made. And she goes, so why is it that people don't really buy on Facebook for the most part? And I said, that's actually a very good question for you to ask. And she said, well, because what I've noticed is that people, like my posts. They, if I message them and, they want to buy, excuse me, they want to buy, they have the intentions, but it never happens. And what I said back to her is that it's really a people business, and you really have to actually connect and not rely on Facebook or your online sales. Online sales are going to be with people that you've already established clientele with. And then the small percentage is going to be the people that just are online buyers. That's just who they are. And so you'll get lucky to have those people. But for the majority, in order to build a relationship, which is going to build a clientele and a loyal clientele, is to basically get to know them. And so I shared that with her, and she said, that, that really makes sense. And I said, well, what made you join this company when you've been considering Scentsy this whole time? And she said, you know what? I love the product. And I said, well, you love Scentsy too. And she goes, that's true. And she's like, and honestly, Scentsy sells itself and people don't buy makeup as much. And I said, well, let me tell you a little bit of information that I know that I could share with you. Nothing against your product, but people are very, very loyal and specific about their personal products. Now, she sells something that's more of like, something that consumes for your body and face and things like that. And I said, so it's going to be very hard to create a clientele that is going to be willing to try new things as when it comes to their face. And she agreed. She's already seen that much progress. So, or not enough progress, I should say. And so she realized that does make sense. And I said, people will they will stop buying a product that has to do for them and buy the cheaper product. But when it has to do with something that's going to make their entire family feel good and create an emotion, that's when they don't gyp themselves out. Now, with that being said, our specific company, our brand, is the number one brand in our specific type of products, and there's no other better product than Scentsy. Hands down. People can try to say it, but once they compare to others, they realize that there's not. So, what I'm trying to say is that if they're with another company, there's always going to be another brand that's better and competitive, especially if they're looking for the best. The nice thing about our product is that there is no other better brand. But to link all this together is, after sharing with her these concepts and trying to help her with her new business, and she asked me, what do I need to do to get really started, which tells me she doesn't have a training system in her company, or she doesn't know about it, which means her sponsor hasn't mentored her on where to find these tools. I said, well, have you had a launch party? Basics, simple, number one thing you do. And she's like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. And so that right there tells me that she needs guidance, and she's willing to do, because she's asking me these questions, what it takes. And she goes, that's a great idea. Let me write that down, and I'm going to definitely try to do that. And I said, okay, wonderful. So then after all this, I'm giving her this advice. She's seeing that if she joined Scentsy, she would not only have a product that sells itself, but a sponsor that would direct her. And she goes, I'm still want to join Scentsy. It's just one thing at a time right now. I want to get to that point. And I said, okay. I didn't even talk to her about, I asked her what happened because she was interested, but she's the one that brought it up and said, oh, I'm still going to join. And but this has been a conversation for almost 3 years. At least 2. I can't quite remember, but I think it's at least 2 years. And definitely for 2 years. But over these years of being the consultant for her to host her party, and now she stepped into something that she had no clue what she was doing. And she's realizing she needs guidance, and she wants to be a entrepreneur. She doesn't want to work for anybody else, she tells me. And that's why she started her cleaning business. That's why she's, joined this other company. She's like, I just want to make money, but I don't want to do it working for anybody else. So this tells me that she isn't a lost lead as far as joining. She's somebody that's going to take her time, and when she feels that she's ready to make that step, she will. So it takes time. Some people jump right on board, but it takes time. And so you can't just join and expect everybody to want to join you. You can't just join and expect everybody to buy from you or host with you. They're testing you. They're seeing how legit are you? Are you going to be around in 6 months? Because if not, when I host this party for you and I need to host another party to get some more products, are you going to even be around? That's a question that they're thinking. So they're likely testing you. So it's just a little thought. So how long are you're the only one that can ask yourself this, how long are you in this for? Is this a concept, if I don't make this much money by this much time, I'm done? Or I don't get this far progress by this much time, I'm done? Or are you going to continuously grow and learn from your experiences and know that eventually over time that progress will develop? You have to ask yourself that. Okay? All right, well, that was one of my tips of the day, unless I get any thoughts again throughout the day. Have a great day. Bye.